Okay, welcome back. Turning now to the Israel-Hamas war. The IDF ratcheted up airstrikes against Hamas targets in Gaza overnight. This comes amidst growing concerns the conflict could grow into a wider war in the Middle East.
That's right. And joining us now to map out what's happening is former New York Congressman, former FBI agent, retired U.S. Marine Corps and Newsmax contributor, the ultimate multi-hyphenate, Michael Grimm. Michael.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But you're absolutely right. As the IDF ratchets up, the United States is stepping up its military presence in the Middle East. Let's look at the map very quickly, and you'll see here. So we spoke last week about the Dwight Eisenhower, the General Ford aircraft carriers. They were already, well, the Eisenhower was already in the Mediterranean. The Ford might have been there, and they were on their way. And then we had the Mesa Verde that is also joining them. However, we spoke very briefly about the Bataan, but what we didn't speak about is the USS Carney. All of this is in an effort to deal with the rising threat. We're talking Iran mostly. Iran, through its proxies, have been taking shots at American bases. Let's turn to the next slide here. If you'll look here in Syria, the Al Tanf garrison, drone attacks. In the north of Iraq, you have the Al Harir Air Base and Al Assad, more in central Iraq. Again, multiple drone attacks. This is as Lebanon has been raining rockets down over Israel in the north there in the Golan Heights. So as this increases, the United States is increasingly more concerned with what level Iran will play. How far will they go in targeting U.S. bases? Let's turn to the next one. The reality is these are all the areas where we have boots on the ground in the Middle East, right? We have about 900 troops in Syria. We have about 2,500 troops in Iraq. So as Iran continues to rattle their saber and unfortunately do more than that with the attacks we just mentioned through their proxies, not just Hezbollah, but they have other proxies in the region that are terrorist threats, we have to worry about our boots on the ground. Now, the United States president has said unequivocally to Iran that we will protect our troops at all costs. That's talk right now, but I think that's bolstered by what we just saw with those ships increasing in there. So let's finish up, because what we have also, while this is happening, United States increasing its presence, what you also have is a massive evacuation strategy going on as Israeli tries in all these little cities here in northern Israel. Again, they're being shelled by the Hezbollah out of Lebanon and in northern Syria around this area. So all of these cities are being evacuated, pushed to the south, where there's still ongoing talks with Egypt. If you look at the map over here, you can see where Egypt is in relation to Israel. They're hoping that Rafah crossing, where they have allowed some humanitarian efforts, X number of trucks at this point, I don't know what the latest number is, but it's in excess of 20 trucks that went through with humanitarian aid. We're looking to see, will Egypt start taking some of these refugees? Those are ongoing talks. But as of right now, it's a massive evacuation by Israeli as the shelling continues on both sides, Israel doing what they have to do. And as well, you have, like I said, the Hezbollah in Lebanon and in Syria, raining down rockets. Where it ends, we don't know. But the big concern for the United States today, from our position, is Iran. What will they do? It remains to be seen. Back to you.
Well, obviously going to keep an eye on it. Michael Grimm, big explainer there. Very valuable information, sir. Thank you so much. Great job.